Well, first off, I'd like to say congratulations. This is a very big moment for you. You've had a very long stint in law enforcement, and it's culminating in this moment. How do you feel?
Very excited.
Very excited. So I think it's worth noting that Governor Landry mentioned that the Justice Advisory Council, they interviewed every trooper with the rank of captain or above for this particular role. Why do you think that you stood out among all of the other candidates?
Well, first let me say it speaks volumes about Governor Landry and his team to take the time and effort to interview all of the candidates who represent leadership in the agency, and then in turn select the candidate they felt best to serve state police moving forward. That process was, I think, gave the team, as in Governor Landry's team, a snapshot of our agency, what we're trying to accomplish, and where we go moving forward for the next few years.
All right, and speaking of where you want to go in the next few years, I mean, what is one of the key areas that you think needs improvement within the Louisiana State Police Agency?
I'd rather classify it as building on existing successes and partnerships. So we're in a good place, but we want to continue to elevate and continue to partner with other law enforcement agencies, both federally, state, and local agencies. And those partnerships are so important as we try to eliminate crime and provide public safety for Louisiana as a whole. And without those agencies, we can't do it effectively.
Governor Landry has repeatedly said that reducing crime in New Orleans specifically, that'll be a major agenda item for him during his tenure. But during a press conference in November, whenever he first introduced that you would be taking on this role, he didn't elaborate much on how the state police will be part of that plan. He said, stay tuned. So now that he's been inaugurated and you are officially the head of the Louisiana State Police, how is this agency going to target crime in New Orleans?
Well, again, I'll go back to partnerships. So we've been working collectively with the District Attorney's Office, with the New Orleans Police Department, with the Louisiana Attorney General's Office, as well as the Governor's Cabinet, in building a plan to tackle crime in New Orleans. And that we're still finalizing those operational aspects of the plan, and we hope to get moving forward later in the spring. However, right upon us, as you know, next month is Mardi Gras.
Right.
So we will send over 130 troopers to support the New Orleans Police Department, as we've done for the last 50 years. And they will be in both patrol, air support, and other specialized divisions that are required for the city. And that partnership has been very successful.
Is there any strategy that the Louisiana State Police will be using that's different from what NOPD was doing in the past?
Well, I think it's just a more focused initiative. And what I mean by that is crime is not just a law enforcement specific. It is a public safety concern. It's obviously the governor and both the legislature have made that a top priority, and his cabinet. And because of that, we're the benefactor of having the support behind our mission to eliminate violent crime and provide public safety. And having those other agencies involved, specifically the District Attorney's Office, which D.A. Williams has given that authority to the Louisiana Attorney General's Office, and our work with NOPD, that's really going to help his office in the number of cases that come in. So from the time of arrest to a time of prosecution, and then of course through the court process and decisions made by judges. So those making those partnerships with the judicial system as well is going to be helpful. We're going to follow the case from start to finish. And in the past, I think while maybe there was some speed bumps along the way, having additional resources from the Attorney General's Office, partnering with the District Attorney and the New Orleans Police Department more clearly, because you have a defined presence in New Orleans citywide, not just in the French Quarter, that will lead to more success and the ultimate goal of reducing violent crime.
So speaking of speed bumps, Mayor LaToya Cantrell, the mayor of New Orleans, and also Governor Landry, they've mentioned that the consent decree has been one of the speed bumps that's kind of hindered New Orleans' ability to fight crime. Now, I do have a question for you. Do you believe that it should be repealed? And if so, how can you ensure that these same behaviors that the consent decree was put in place to fight won't arise again?
I think a lot of the practices are in place with the New Orleans Police Department, but due to their numbers being so low because of recruitment, it's very challenging, the expectations, since they've been in the consent decree over 10 years. Some of them are unrealistic expectations, meaning you only have so many personnel to work with in patrol and in investigations, and you want to accomplish the task and be in compliance. But when you have a reduction and they're allotted for 1,500 and they have under 900, you can see the quick mathematical equation. It doesn't provide them to ever accomplish that. So I think once Chief Kirkpatrick and her team are able to put the new proposals and realistic expectations before the federal judge, I think they will be able to find their way out of that consent decree, which helps them police more confidently. So when you're under constant scrutiny of everything that you do, people are hesitant to take police action, and I think ultimately that hurts the public.
I really appreciate you sitting down with us and can't wait to see what you'll do for the state of Louisiana.
Thank you so much.